Hey, what up you guys? It's your girl Jasmine, also known as Chocolate Mini, and this is another life update. If you guys watched my last video, you guys saw that I sold my house, and I even talked about some of the things that I wanted to do with my earnings, one of which was get my body done. So I did go to my consultation, and I was going to film that for you guys, but after looking at the footage, it was just too much to blur out, and I didn't want to get my YouTube channel shut down by putting, nudity or anything on there or anything that could seem like nudity. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna post it, but I am gonna tell you guys about it and then just tell you guys what's going on now with the surgery. So I told you guys in my last video that my budget for my body was $25,000. After I told the surgeon everything that I wanted done to my body, I told him I wanted some arm lipo, definitely 360 lipo. I wanted a breast lift and breast augmentation, and then I wanted some thigh lipo. After telling him all of that, he said it would have to be broken up into 2 surgeries because there's just no way that any anesthesiologist would allow him to have me asleep for longer than 6 hours. And everything that I listed, that was about a 15-hour surgery. I didn't even know it was gonna be that long, but all that stuff was a 15-hour surgery. He did say that with my 360 lipo, I would have some saggy skin. So he had recommended a mini tummy tuck, which I had agreed to do along with the 360 lipo. And then for the arm lipo, he also said I would need a brachioplasty, which is pretty much like where they cut the skin off and stitch you back together. So that's what I wanted to do in round 1, 360 lipo, a mini tuck, arm lipo, and then a brachioplasty. And then in round 2, I wanted to do the breast lift and breast augmentation, thigh lipo, and then a thigh lift. So that's what I had done, or agreed to do. And my surgery for round 1 was gonna be May 31st. So some of the things that have happened have been a little disappointing. So whenever you get an elective surgery, they want you to do a physical to ensure that you're safe to go under. So I did that, and before I did it, I knew I was a healthy person. I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have diabetes, I don't have anything chronic other than my psoriasis. So I thought everything would be okay. So now this is where we're gonna get into the story time. So I had done the physical, they drew my blood, all that good stuff. And then the following week, the surgical coordinator from the plastic surgeon's office called me and was like, hey, we didn't get your physical paperwork. Maybe check with your primary care to see if they faxed it and make sure they had the right fax number. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So, I called, they had me on a long hold. Finally, the nurse came back to the phone and said that they cannot approve me for surgery because I have hyperactive thyroid, which is basically where my thyroid gland produces too much TSH or too much thyroid hormone. So the next step would be to get an ultrasound and to see an endocrinologist. So as of now, I'm not approved for surgery. And it definitely devastated me because I had a whole plan mapped out of everything that I was gonna do. And, I do Instagram and OnlyFans, and, sometimes it's hard to look at yourself and you're not 100% happy with your body. I have been trying to lose weight. I've lost about 50 pounds so far, but I just wanted to move quickly because I just had this whole plan lined out. I had women that I wanted to buy promo from who have what's called an Instagram body. So I didn't want to pay all this money to be on their page and I don't look like them. So it was definitely devastating. I cried a lot because it wasn't something that I was expecting to hear. You know what I mean? I'm 31 years old. I've never been hospitalized for anything but a knee surgery. And like I said, the only chronic illness that I have is psoriasis. So I was like, what the fuck? Like I wasn't expecting expecting to hear that. You know what I mean? I went in there to draw the blood. Okay, let's go, you know, with the flow, do what they need to do. But I was expecting everything to be fine, and it's not fine. And the nurse definitely let me know that I need to speed the process up because my thyroid is producing such a high level of hormone. They were saying it's pretty dangerous. Like, she said if there were complications with the surgery, I could have a heart attack. Like, it was crazy. And then, of course, when I Googled it, because I've never heard of a hyperactive thyroid. So then when I Googled it, it started talking about like radiation and thyroid cancer. Like, Google just scared the fuck out of me, you guys. And that's what also made me kind of depressed. So, you know, I hired a personal trainer because I'm someone like, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself, but for a little bit of time. I gave myself 2 hours to cry and mope, and then I had to say to myself, okay, Jazz, what are we doing? Like, we can't sit here and cry. This isn't gonna fix anything. So I hired a personal trainer, and I've been training with him for about a week now, and he's put me on a diet plan. So as of now, I'm still gonna resume with my plan as far as taking my business to the next level. Like I said, being on Instagram and following women who look a certain way can definitely make you feel insecure or less worthy when you don't look like that. And I definitely think that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like there's no way I can be beautiful and have people follow me if I don't have this physique, these really wide hips, the BBL, the big large breasts, and the very small waist. Like, I'm not shaped like that. I do have an hourglass frame, but I'm a plus size girl. I'm definitely plus size. I definitely have some fluff. And so it was just devastating to hear. After I, pulled myself out of my slump, I went ahead and started researching and finding other women on Instagram who have a plus size body and who wear it proudly and don't let their rolls or their cellulite hold them back from wearing anything. And I'm telling you, I followed about 10 plus size girls and they are beautiful. They take their pictures and they're like, yes, bitch, like, I'll take your man, rolls and all. Like, they are so freaking sexy. And so now when I get on Instagram and I see them, I'm like, okay, I can do that. I can rock with that. I can make myself feel secure. So I unfollowed some women who, had that Instagram body, and I replaced those accounts with women who look more like me. And after doing that, I'm starting to feel better about the skin I'm in. Like, I'm starting to feel better about my body. I'm definitely going to lose weight. I'm still gonna keep my personal trainer. I train with him 4 times a week. So that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to lose the weight naturally. And once my thyroid levels get under control and I follow through with the endocrinologist and the ultrasound, I'm going to eventually get my breast done. I always wanted my breast done. So I'll definitely do that. But all that other stuff I mentioned with the tummy tuck and the brachioplasty, there were gonna be a lot of scars with that. And the surgeon told me for the brachioplasty, there would be like this long, dark scar that just went from like my elbow to my shoulder. And then for the mini tummy tuck, I was going to have basically like a C-section scar from like hip to hip. So it was just gonna, curve all the way around my stomach. And so he was telling me, those are pretty noticeable scars, especially if you don't use sunscreen after to kind of help the scars go away. And he was saying that because my skin is dark, the scars will appear pretty black. So, he definitely warned me of that. I still wanted to do it because I just really thought I needed this Instagram body in order to take my Instagram account to the next level. And I'm not, knocking plastic surgery. Like, I still want to get some plastic surgery done. But as far as all the lipo and stuff, I had to come to a conclusion that if I don't love myself now, even after I get the surgeries, I'm going to be looking for the next thing to fix and it'll never stop. So I'm actually kind of glad that this happened. Like I said, I was devastated. Don't get me wrong. I was crying. I called my mom crying. Like, it was pretty bad. But once I pulled myself out of that and I got back into my hustle mentality, I was like, we gonna make it work, Jazz. Like, we gonna make it work. I talked to myself, so I was like, Jazz, we gonna make this shit work. You gonna be popping regardless of an Instagram body. Like, you gonna be lit. So I had my first photo shoot today in lingerie, which was definitely outside of my comfort zone. But like I said, I have been following other girls who are plus size. I took some of their poses. I definitely took their confidence, and I rocked that photo shoot. I felt so sexy. I felt so sexy. My photographer knew what angles to get, and I cannot wait for my edits. When I do get them, I'll definitely show you guys how they turned out. But my Savage Fenty photo shoot was lit, and you know, I'm okay. I'm okay now. I definitely wanted to give you guys this update. This is kind of why I don't like to talk about stuff until it happens. But like I said at the beginning of the video, like, I just knew I was healthy. So I didn't think there would be any problem. So I was like, all right, well, I can definitely expose what the fuck I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna lose some more weight, like I said. I'm on a strict diet. And yeah, this is me. And you know, I'm a plus size woman. My OnlyFans following, they love my size. A lot of them, I have posted on OnlyFans that I was gonna be getting surgery. And a lot of them are actually really disappointed to hear that because they love plus size women. So I'm so glad you guys watched this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the top so you'll be notified when I drop new content. And I will see you guys in my next YouTube video.